What is the worst about becoming a man in your mid-20s? Me is worst, sweating like a teenager. Little did he know about not knowing man handshakes. You know, you either need trans women friends who teach you all the bro handshakes and the bro nods, or you can just look gay enough that they're not worried about it. Like, if you're very straight passing, or straight, and you just look like you are, then yeah, people are kind of gonna expect you to know the bro handshakes, but people have never expected me to. Because don't be fooled by the cat. That's just because my hair is a mess right now. But I don't look straight ever. So, people don't really expect me to, even if they're like, oh, I need a guy to talk to about girl problems, but they don't really expect me to know the bro handshakes, which is helpful for me, I guess, but find a trans woman who can help you, I guess. Hello BabyQueers, and welcome back to my channel. Today it's time for some fun queer TikToks again, because why not? Why not share our funny experiences with being trans or being queer. You know the deal. Before we continue, y'all gotta get hydrated. So grab some water, or some tea, whatever else you like to drink. Personally, I look at this mug. I have 2 ones of these, the second one has a cat. Because gays love Halloween. Do you have your drink? Okay, let's go.
What's a random conspiracy theory I 100% believe? I would love to tell you, if you're homophobic, you're actually just bisexual in denial, because the only reason that you think people are choosing to be gay is because you're choosing to be straight. Thank you, good night.
Generally, the theory that a lot more people are bisexual and in denial about it, absolutely. But yeah, the whole, oh, if you're homophobic, you're just gay and in denial, already came true, or like already proved itself to be true so many times by like weird homophobic politicians being caught at gay orgies and everything. But because they were caught at gay orgies, that doesn't necessarily mean they're not also attracted to women, so maybe they're all bisexual. We don't know. With these people, I really don't want to know, but I think this theory might actually really have a huge chunk of truth to it.
I've kind of come to the conclusion that I think I'm a lesbian and not bisexual because, like, I look at men, I still think they're, like, objectively attractive. I'll be like, that's a good-looking guy. But then I imagine him as a masked lesbian, and I'm like, yeah, I would like that better, first off. Also, I feel like I try and picture them in my house, and I'm like, if I wouldn't want that hot man anywhere near me, I'm not into him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can scroll and I'm like, yeah, that guy's cute. Sure, whatever. But don't come near me. You cannot be in my house. I think I would just get the ick immediately. And that's how I know, because I see all these girls, like, absolutely, like, drooling over these men in the comments. And I'm like, yeah, that's a hot man. But I know some of y'all are straight, and you actually want that man in your house. And you would do naughty things with that man. I don't want to do that. Like, when people say, raw, next question, I go, yeah, no. We would not be doing that. Anyways.
This is probably a really good take if you're maybe questioning whether you actually are attracted to certain genders or if you're attracted to anyone, because personally, this kind of experience of, yeah, well, sure, they're a good-looking person, I wouldn't want them near me, or I wouldn't want them in my house or in my bed. If someone who's very much leaning arrow ace is also just true. So if you're questioning your orientation, this might be a helpful take, actually. As well as just being funny, because yeah, if you're somewhere or feel like this towards some genders or the other, scrolling through like comment sections and like seeing how people react to it and just being like, I mean, sure, they're attractive, but aren't you overreacting a bit? Because it's just not your own experience is honestly kind of funny sometimes.
Well, this is awkward. I went through all that drama, coming out as gay, only to realize I'm happiest completely alone. Like I spent all those years crying, journaling, making dramatic speeches to my family. This is who I am! Turns out, who I am is someone who wants to go to bed by 9. No situationships, no U-Hauls, can't drive those trucks anyway, won't be missed. No ex still lingering on my Netflix account. I'm basically a non-practicing lesbian. Like I fought for the right to love women, only to realize the real love of my life is silence. Hear that? That's my soulmate. Love is love. Be well.
You know, I think it might still be great to figure out who you might be attracted to. But if you then decide or figure out that, yeah, well, technically I'm attracted to women, or technically I'm attracted to men, or both, or everyone, or people regardless of gender, and then decide that, you know what, no thank you. I'm still not gonna come for it. Like, I know a lot of people are really weird about it. They're really weird about it. And they're just like, oh, but you're gonna die alone, and aren't you gonna be so lonely and everything? And honestly, you know yourself best. You know, some people would get lonely in that situation. But that doesn't mean you need to take that on, because if you know being alone or living alone would be better for you, or if you just don't want to deal with the drama of relationships that can happen, go ahead. You know, you can be attracted to people and still choose not to engage with it. You know, so I kind of feel that, again, pretty much already leaning arrow ace, but I kind of still very much feel this. Yeah.
There's a creator on here that said that she loves the fact that anytime people go to a gay wedding, they say they're going to a gay wedding. Because if you don't, it's like going to the Met Gala and then saying you're just going to a party. But I would like to take that one step further. I think that anytime anything is gay, person, place, or thing, you have to specify it. Because it's better than the alternative. Anyway, thank you.
Again, this also is just true. Like, it kind of depends who you're talking to. But especially if other queer people are around, you're just like, I mean, honestly, if you pull the straight person thing of, oh, I'm going to hang out with my gay friend later this week, it sounds gross. And like, you're literally only friends with this person because they're gay. But if you are a flavor of gay yourself, then saying it has a whole different vibe. You're just like, oh yeah, no, I cannot deal with y'all anymore, I need to go hang out with my gay friends. I'll be going now. It's understandable, and it's not a weird, oh, I'm straight and I just want to seem like I'm a cool person, that's why I went out of my way to find gay friends kind of thing. It's just we're queer, so we just naturally flock together kind of thing. But also just like, yeah, saying, oh yeah, I'm going to this house party. Okay, sounds like beer and mess. If you say, oh, I'm going to a gay house party or a queer house party, then yes, it suddenly sounds less weird, date, drugs, beer, gross type of situation, you know. So honestly, specifying it at any given time is probably a good idea, especially if you are queer.
A fun anecdote that'll happen if you voice train is when you get misgendered by somebody and then they correct themselves upon hearing your voice. And this is something that has happened to me multiple times. It kind of sounds like this.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, what is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were a dude. You feel like Obi-Wan Kenobi. These are not the men you are looking for.
Okay, but the alternative of just someone thinking you're a girl and then doing the opposite is also kind of fun. But also, personally, I just think it's super hilarious if you're in a safe environment to do that. If trans women pull the opposite, if someone's like, oh, hey ladies, how you doing? And then you just like turn around and be like, hey, what's up? I think it's so funny if trans women pull out their deep voice. I don't know, it's just funny to me. But yeah, using your voice to not get misgendered. You know, like, I bet the looks on people's faces are just hilarious. Because, yeah, people are weird about gender. And then they're weird when they realize they were wrong. And they just pull pretty funny faces. Pulling this move whenever my outfit needs more color, but I don't want to close my button up. See, this is what I mean when I say I assume people's sexualities. I looked at this person and I was like, well, there's no way you're just some random cishet person. But even if this person is, I think this tip would probably be kind of helpful to a lot of queer people, which is also just why I included it, because, yeah, like, if you close the button up, it just looks kind of stuffy and weird, and it just a lot of times looks better if you just like leave it open like this. But then if you want to add a little something, doing it like this looks gay, but it also just looks super cool. You know, so if you want to steal this tip from this person, I don't think they mind.
Oh my god, I just don't even get trans people. Like, I don't understand them. They don't make sense to me. Like, you were assigned female at birth. Why are you being a boy? It's just unnatural to change that. Let's talk about the lip filler, why don't we, darling? Why are your lips migrating over to your fucking forehead? Let's talk about the boob job, why don't we? Why is one nipple in Leeds and one nipple in Sheffield? Why don't we talk about the BBL? Why are your cheeks hanging down by your ankles, darling? Why don't we talk about the turkey teeth, actually? Big blocks of cheese in your face and little stumps underneath because you shaved them off. Seems pretty unnatural. Seems pretty disgusting to me. But I don't comment on you, do I? Let trans people live, thanks.
Honestly, without this specific accent, it would still be very true, but it's just funnier if you do it with this accent. I know that's her natural accent, but still. It just gets the point across so much better. But anyways, yeah, listen, the amount of things that people do to alter their bodies, from spray tan to, like, even like if you work out for aesthetics, you're changing your body. And a lot of these things could really be classified as like gender-affirming care. You know, like if you're a guy and you work out to get broader shoulders, that's gender-affirming. If you grow out your beard, or if you honestly like go out of your way to get a certain fit of clothes so you look a certain way or your body looks a certain way, or just like getting boob jobs or getting any other plastic surgery, could probably be considered gender-affirming care. If you want to do that, you can. Literally, I do not care. I really don't care what you choose to do with your body. So why are you being out here being judgmental what we do with our bodies? Like, sure, most people will not decide to randomly chop their boobs off, you know, but why do you care? It's not your body. Like, you do with your body what you want, and we do what we want, and everyone's just chill. How about that? That's a tall guy with dark hair and piercings. He's gay. Like, this has the kind of vibes, like, I always thought it was super weird when people went to, like, teenage girls and just went like, well, I hope you don't have the same type in guys, you know, otherwise you're eventually gonna fight over him. I always thought it was super weird, but you actually have the same kind of taste in men. But unless he's bisexual and you're both monogamous, you're not actually gonna have a problem with it. Which is preferable, I guess. You know, so I hope it went well. And I hope you found some other nice person for her, you know?
When I tell people that I'm polyamorous, they then assume that I have multiple partners. No, I just have compounding singleness. I'm just even more aware that I could be with many people, and I'm with no one. However single you are, it could get worse. All of the potential. See, the problem is to actually date people, you have to leave the house. And I'm not good at that part. See, like, because the problem is to meet people, to date them, that also requires meeting them. And that means that you have to talk to people that you don't know. I love people in theory. I'm also very tired. Like, am I a pillow princess, or do I just have a long history of disappointment and I'm tired and I would like someone else to try? I don't know. I'm in theory for everything, so...
Well, like I said, just because you know who you're attracted to doesn't mean you have to actually go out and date these people. But also it might just mean that you don't have the energy to go out to meet people. Because that also is fair. I mean, maybe it's just because I actually don't want to, but to me, dating seems exhausting. To just like go on 10 dates to maybe meet one person you actually kind of vibe with, or to like text with 20 different people and then only really vibe with one. It seems like it's just exhausting. Like, most of my friends, like one friend I actually met on the ASAP, which is literally just like an app for asexual people. You can either use it for dating or for friends. Like, one of my best friends I actually met over this app. Most of my other friends I met at work. At places I don't actually work anymore, but you know, that's the best part. We all kind of fled from there usually. But you know, it makes for good friendships. And then they introduce you to their friend group from uni or something, and you maybe vibe with them or something. But like, still, like going out to with the purpose of meeting new people just seems exhausting, actually. So no, thank you. But yeah, well, if you're lonely, you might have to at some point. But no, thank you.
Oh, thanks. I didn't order this. Did you just get it for me?
Yeah.
You a mind reader? Can you guess what I'm thinking right now? No, I'm kidding. Can you? If this is your way of proposing, I accept. You just got it for me for no reason. This is just the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me.
Can we normalize actually caring about your partner and wanting to take care of your partner and loving your partner and being there for each other? You know, like, I don't have a problem with straight people, but I do have a problem with a lot of straight humor of, I hate my wife and all she does is nag me and everything, and it's just like exhausting and disgusting. So, can we normalize loving a partner? I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're straight. Just be a good partner if you're gonna be in a relationship. You know, like, a lot of queer people, and probably women in general, would think this is also just like a normal thing to do for your friends. Like, that doesn't even have to be like romantic intent of, oh, I love my partner and want them to be hydrated. I would do this for my friends. Like, if a friend comes over and she goes to the living room and sits down without a glass, I will bring her a glass of water because, like, stay hydrated. I know you had, like, 5 cups of coffee today, but have you had water? You know, like, it doesn't have to be romantic, but just... Can we normalize caring about our friends and our partners, maybe? Brother, do you want my old clothes?
Ding dong.
I think a lot of people who are lesbians, or queer, or just alternative, although I think a lot of alternative people are actually queer, but you know, like, will probably say yes to this. Like, I somehow got clothes from, like, my older cousins, who were guys when they grew out of it, but also got clothes from my older sisters. And then just kind of, like, picked which stuff I wanted to wear. But if I had an older brother, I would probably maybe have preferred it. Yeah, but I hope you got cool clothes from him. You know, like, some straight guys dress like absolute trash, and you could probably style it better and wear it a lot better, but I hope you got good clothes, you know? The good news is, there are no more tits. Huzzah! The bad news is, there's no more breathing. Bind safely, everyone? You know, like, I think taking I never did, okay? And I got really lucky that I never had issues. I would not recommend what I did to anyone. I mean, I only used official binders. And if I wasn't wearing a binder, I was wearing like a sports bra and a really loose fitting shirt or hoodie. But I wore my binder for way too long. Don't do that. Don't do that. A lot of people get a lot more health issues. You know, you can break your ribs, you can seriously impair your breathing or damage your lungs. Maybe don't do it. Like, the recommendation of 8 hours is there for a reason. You know, so don't end up like this dude and end up in the hospital because you didn't bind safely. Don't work out in your binder. I know it's tempting, which is why, like, I always wanted to go to the gym, but I didn't. Because I knew I couldn't wear my binder and I didn't want my boobs visible, so I just didn't go to the gym until after top surgery. You know, so don't work out in your binder. You know, if you don't feel comfortable out in public, then just work out at home or something. You know, it's better than damaging yourself because you worked out in your binder.
Just because I'm non-binary doesn't mean I'm gender neutral. I'm actually gender evil.
That is fair. You know, gender evil is kind of like fairy inspired of like, oh, I steal everyone else's gender. I just go up to people and ask for their pronouns and just take them. Oh, what's your gender? What are your pronouns? What is your name? Give me your name, child. It's giving very evil fairy. But you know, if you are Fae, maybe just steal people's dead names. You know? That would be an actually really cool thing to do.
I work at a gay bar and this just happened at my shift today. Excuse me, do you work here? Yeah, what's up? Where's your men's room? Oh, both of our bathrooms are gender neutral, so you can use whichever one you want. No, see, I'm looking for a place that has a bathroom for boys and a bathroom for girls. Right. Yeah, we just let people use whichever bathroom they want here. Usually people just go for the one which has the smaller line. That's embarrassing. Do you really support that? I do actually, yeah.
But can we talk about the fact that it is very practical for men, or people who have penises, to wear skirts? Because A, it overheats less, and second of all, you can just like lift it up and pull down the underwear to pee. Like, it's practical. But also, if you want a place with a men's bathroom and a women's bathroom, literally go to any other bar. Most bars, most places in general, most restaurants, most malls will have gendered bathrooms. And you go to the one place that has a gender neutral bathroom to be annoying about it. Like, actually, this just seems smart of just like having 2 bathrooms, and then you're just like, oh no, this line is way too long, I'm just gonna go to the other one. It's just practical. It just makes it quicker and easier, because people who design gendered bathrooms are absolute dipshits, because if you give men 3 stalls and 3 urinals and the women's 3 stalls, obviously the women's is always gonna have a longer line, even if you have like an even amount of men and women. Like, people who design bathrooms, absolute shit show. So having gender neutral bathrooms, A, just makes sense, and also just like, why? You know, if you don't want to use a gender neutral bathroom, you better start gendering your bathrooms at home. You better never fly anywhere, and if you do, you're not allowed to use the bathroom. You better not use any single stall bathrooms anywhere ever, if you hate gender neutral bathrooms so much, you know? Anyways, that was all the TikToks I have for today. Did I start out this video saying, oh, these are like fun, and then ended up ranting about people? Anyways, we love gender neutral bathrooms, we don't love people who are weird or transphobic. So, I guess the rant is very justified. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the TikToks, I hope you enjoyed my rants, and I will see you guys in a few days with my next video.